All right, are you ready to make some serious cash on Handy?
I think we can help with that.
Sweet. So we're diving deep into 1,000 ways to hustle today.
Yep. It's a super practical guide for succeeding on Handy.
As a service pro.
Right on.
It's pretty cool because it's not just like, here's how to clean a toilet.
Yeah. Yeah. It's got all this business advice, too, like how to think like an entrepreneur.
Okay, so to start, I was reading about the application process, and they really emphasize honesty.
Oh, yeah. Big time. You got to be transparent from the get-go. Even little, like, discrepancies can hurt you.
Really?
Uh-huh. Think about it. Like, you're building a brand on Handy, right?
Yeah.
That brand is all about trust.
So even if you've, like, never worked professionally, but you've done tons of stuff around your own house,
right,
you should still highlight that experience.
Absolutely. They even, like, suggest practicing for skill assessments.
Seriously.
Yeah. So if you're amazing at putting together IKEA furniture, make sure you're, like, really sharp on those skills.
Just in case they test you.
Exactly.
Oh, I saw something about this auto-accept feature. Isn't that kind of risky? To just accept any job that comes in?
Yeah, it can be. You don't have all the details yet.
Right.
It might be, like, good for certain services, though.
Yeah.
Where speed is super important.
Okay.
So imagine you're a dog walker and you get that notification. Someone needs their dog walked. Like, right now.
Okay, yeah.
Being the first to snag that job could, like, make your day.
I get it.
So it's all about weighing the risks and rewards.
Yeah. Makes sense. So what about building a killer profile?
Oh, yeah. Your profile is key.
What are some tips? Because they say no selfies, right?
Oh, God, no. Haha. The big thing is details, details, details.
Okay.
Think about it from, like, the client's perspective. They want to know exactly what they're getting.
Right.
So instead of just a cleaning experience, quantify it. You know, like 2 years of professional cleaning experience. Or even 5 years of keeping my own house spotless.
Oh, that's good. So really, like painting a clear picture.
Yep. And don't be shy about listing specific skills.
Like what?
Deep cleaning bathrooms. Or repairing drywall. It's like your mini resume.
Okay. So what about client ratings? Do those really matter?
And that could be huge, especially when you're new.
Interesting.
Think of them as like a window into the client's personality and their expectations.
So I should like check out those ratings before I accept a job.
It's not a bad idea.
So I can sort of see what I'm getting into.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So once I start getting notifications, how do I make sure I'm not missing out on good jobs?
The guide really stresses being super responsive. Like, you got to have all your notifications on.
All of them.
App, email, text, everything. Jobs on Handy often go to the quickest responders.
So it's a race.
Pretty much. The faster you are, the better your chances.
Got it. But how do I know which jobs to go for? I don't want to be driving all over town for nothing.
That's where, like, strategic job selection comes in.
Okay.
The guide recommends prioritizing jobs that are close to home.
Okay.
Or close to other jobs that you've already claimed.
To minimize travel time.
Exactly. Got to maximize those earnings.
Makes sense. Time is money, right?
Right. And don't forget to, like, really look at the pay rate compared to the time and effort.
Oh, that's smart.
Some jobs might seem great at first.
Yeah.
But if they need, like, tons of travel.
Yeah.
Or special equipment, it might not be worth it.
Right. Okay, so be strategic, do the math.
Yep.
Make sure those jobs are worth my time.
Exactly.
Awesome. So we've talked about, like, getting set up on Handy, finding those jobs.
Right.
Now, what about actually, like, doing the job and making a good impression?
Okay, so you show up at the client's place, right? Imagine you're the client. You've booked the service, and you're waiting.
Yeah. I'd want to know what's going on.
Exactly. Communication is so key. So, like, right after you claim a job, confirm the details.
Got it.
And keep them updated. Let them know when you think you'll arrive.
So, like, set those expectations right away.
And if there's any delays or anything, let them know proactively.
Be reliable.
Yep. And don't be afraid to, like, ask questions if anything's unclear.
That makes sense.
It shows you're paying attention and you care about doing a good job.
So what about just, like, general professionalism? Any tips?
Oh, for sure. Punctuality is huge. Like, arriving on time every time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Shows respect for the client's time.
Okay.
And, of course, like, have all your tools and supplies ready.
Yeah. I don't want to be searching for stuff while I'm there.
Right. It looks bad.
So be prepared.
Exactly. And another thing they really emphasize is completing the job. as described, to the client's satisfaction.
So not just like checking boxes, but making sure the client's happy.
Right. And sometimes it's those little things that matter.
Like what?
Like, tidying up after a handyman job.
Oh, okay.
Or wiping down the counters after you clean.
So exceed those expectations.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So we all know things don't always go perfectly. What happens when, like, stuff goes wrong or there's a problem?
Yeah. So being proactive can help.
Okay.
Like, if you see a potential problem, address it right away.
With the client.
Yep. Don't, try to hide it.
No sweeping things under the rug.
Exactly. And if things do get a little heated, stay calm.
Okay.
Stay professional. Focus on finding a solution that works for both of you.
Don't get into an argument.
Right. Sometimes it helps to, take a breath and ask, okay, how can we fix this so everyone's happy?
Yeah, I like that. Find that common ground. Even when it's tough.
Exactly.
But what if I can't resolve it on my own?
Well, Handy has a support system.
Oh, right.
They can help mediate and find a resolution.
So, my backup when I need it.
Exactly.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
So I feel like we've covered a lot about handling issues. What about building a good reputation on Handy? Because those reviews, they're like gold, right?
They are, and the guide has some good tips for that. First, don't be shy about asking for reviews.
Oh.
After you finish a job, you can just say, hey, if you were happy with the service, a review would be amazing.
So just make it easy for them to leave feedback.
Right. And then when you do get reviews, respond to them.
Oh, interesting.
Thank people who leave good reviews. And if someone leaves a not-so-good review, address their concerns. But always be professional.
So it shows you're listening.
Exactly. You care.
Makes sense. So basically, the key to a good reputation is consistent, excellent service.
Yep. You got to walk the walk.
Not just talk the talk. All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
But I'm dying to know, what are some of those advanced strategies?
For, maximizing earnings.
Yes. Spill the secrets.
Well, let's dive into that after a quick break. Okay, so you want to boost those earnings, right?
You know it.
Think of it this way. You're not just, working on Handy. You're running your own mini business.
Oh.
And a smart business owner, they know how to make that schedule work for them.
Okay, give me an example. How can I make those dollars work harder?
Okay, so say you've got, 3 cleaning jobs tomorrow. Instead of having them all over town, try to group them together.
Oh, in the same area?
Exactly. You'll save so much time.
And gas money.
Yep. And you might even be able to squeeze in another job.
Oh, smart. Okay, so be strategic with my time.
Yes. Minimize that wasted travel time.
Got it. Any other scheduling tips?
Oh, tons. Remember those peak demand times we talked about?
Like evenings and weekends?
Yep. Prime time for cleaning and handyman stuff. So if you're open to working then, you can really boost your earnings.
Work smarter, not harder, right?
Exactly. Now, what about upselling?
Ooh, yeah. That feels kind of tricky. I don't want to be pushy.
I hear you. It's definitely a balance. But the guide says upselling, when it's done right, is about giving people what they need.
Okay, so how do we do it right?
Imagine you're finishing a cleaning job and you see the client's grout is a mess. Instead of just leaving, you could say, hey, I noticed your grout could use a refresh. I happen to be really good at that, and I have some free time next week if you're interested.
Oh, okay. So it's not pushy. It's like I'm offering a solution.
Exactly. And always, always stay within Handy's rules.
Don't want to break any rules.
And respect the client's boundaries.
Right. Build that trust. Okay, so let's talk about expenses.
Ooh, yeah, those little things can add up.
They can.
Think about it. Every dollar you save is a dollar in your pocket.
Okay, I like that. So hit me with those money-saving tips.
Well, we already talked about the travel thing.
Right. Optimizing routes.
But if you're doing cleaning, buy your supplies in bulk.
Ah, the Costco run.
Exactly. And for handyman stuff, invest in good quality tools.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It might cost more up front, but they'll last longer.
So it's an investment.
Right. Think long term. And speaking of long term, we got to talk about taxes.
Taxes.
I know, not the most fun. But it's super important for us independent contractors. The guide really stresses that. It's our responsibility to manage our own taxes.
Like we're not employees, right?
Exactly. So no one's taking those taxes out for us.
So I got to set money aside throughout the year.
We got it. And that means keeping track of everything.
Income and expenses.
Yep. Every receipt, every mile you drive for work, it all matters.
Okay, organization is key. Are there, Any apps that can help with that?
Tons. There are apps specifically for independent contractors.
Really?
They help you track your income, organize expenses, even estimate those quarterly tax payments.
Okay, those sound amazing. So we've covered a lot of the basics. Setting up profiles, getting jobs, doing the work, taxes.
Right.
What about, like, building those relationships with clients?
Good one. Those repeat clients are gold.
I bet.
Consistent income, and they tell their friends about you.
So how do I turn those one-time clients into, like, loyal fans?
Well, it starts with, consistently doing a great job.
Right.
But it's more than that. It's the little things.
Oh, okay.
Like remembering if they prefer a certain cleaning product or, like, reminding them about seasonal maintenance.
So make it personal.
Exactly. You care.
And even on a platform like Handy, I can build those relationships.
Absolutely. Be yourself. Be communicative. Go that extra mile. Make those clients feel special.
Okay, I love that. So we've talked about being good at lots of things.
Right.
But what about, like, specializing? Focusing on one type of service on Handy.
That's a smart strategy. The guide actually talks about that.
Really?
Yep. It can help you stand out.
Okay, so, like...
Imagine you become the go-to person for furniture assembly.
Oh, right.
Or, like, deep cleaning bathrooms. You become the expert.
That could mean more clients.
And maybe even higher rates.
Interesting. Okay, but we also got to talk about those tough situations.
Yeah. The dreaded, difficult client.
Yep. Any advice for handling those gracefully?
The guide has some good stuff for that, too. First of all, document everything.
Okay.
Keep a record of all your communication.
Okay.
And if it makes sense, take before and after pictures.
So if there's a dispute, I have proof.
Exactly. And if a situation gets really bad, use Handy's support system.
Right. They can help?
Yep. They're like the referees.
Oh, okay.
And remember, safety first. Always.
Right.
If something feels unsafe or just off, trust your gut.
And don't do the job.
You can always walk away. And reach out to Handy support.
So I'm not alone in those situations?
Never.
Okay. I feel so much more prepared now. It's clear this guide isn't just about, like, making a few bucks.
Right.
It's like how to build a whole career on Handy.
It really is. It's about empowering yourself, being the best service pro you can be.
On Handy and even beyond.
Exactly. And you know what? It's really making me think there are so many parallels between Handy and just, like, any service business.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's all about building trust, exceeding expectations, giving those clients something valuable.
It's universal.
Yeah.
So this guide is, like, even more useful than I thought.
It really is. It's like a roadmap to success for anyone in the service industry.
Okay, so someone's listening to us right now, and they're, like, super inspired to start on Handy. What's the one piece of advice we'd give them?
Ooh, that's tough. There's so much good stuff in this guide. But I think maybe the most important thing is to think like an entrepreneur.
Okay, what does that mean for someone on Handy?
It means, like, you're not just doing tasks.
Right.
You're running a business.
My own little Handy business.
Exactly. Be proactive, be strategic, and always keep learning how to improve your skills.
So take ownership. Be the CEO of my handiwork.
Yes. And don't be afraid to, like, ask for help. Use Handy support. Connect with other pros. Find a mentor.
Build my Handy network.
Exactly. And remember, success on Handy or in any service job, it's not just about the money.
It's not.
Nope. It's about doing a job you're proud of, helping people, and building something you can really be proud of.
So passion, purpose, and profit.
You got it.
I love that.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier that this guide, like, helps us get ready for something bigger. What did you mean by that?
Well, think about all the skills you learn on Handy. Communication, managing your time, customer service, problem solving.
Yeah.
Those are valuable everywhere, not just on Handy. It's like training for any service business.
Oh, so it's like a stepping stone.
Exactly. You can build your reputation, get clients, gain confidence, all on Handy.
Okay.
And then, when you're ready, maybe you start your own business.
Wow, that is empowering. So Handy isn't just about, like, making money now.
Right.
It's building a future.
A foundation for a whole career.
This is amazing. I'm, like, so excited about the possibilities.
Me too.
Yeah.
And it really makes you think, how can we use these platforms to not just, like, succeed ourselves, but to make things better for everyone?
Like, make the economy more fair.
Exactly.
Ooh, that's a big question. Wow, there's, like, so much to think about here.
I know, right? It's pretty mind-blowing.
It feels like we've only just like scratched the surface
Totally.
of what's possible in this like new world of work.
For sure. It's definitely a whole new ballgame.
What else has this like deep dive sparked for you?
You know, it's really got me thinking about those like hidden skills.
Hidden skills?
Yeah, the stuff we learn as gig workers that's actually like super valuable.
Oh, okay. I like that. Like what kind of stuff?
Well, take problem solving, for example.
Yep.
Think about how much of that we do on every job.
That's true.
A leaky faucet, a shelf that needs to go in a weird spot.
Yeah.
We're always figuring stuff out.
Right. On the fly.
Exactly. And that adaptability, that's like gold in any job.
It's true. And we get so good at like juggling schedules.
Oh, yeah.
Dealing with like unexpected problems, all while making sure the client is happy.
You become a master of improvisation.
Seriously, those are like life skills.
And don't forget, like the hustle itself.
Right.
We're marketing ourselves, managing our money, building a brand. It's like entrepreneurship 101.
Oh, that's a great point. So Handy is almost like a training ground for entrepreneurs.
Totally, whether you realize it or not. And it makes me wonder, how can we better support those people, the ones who are using Handy to, like, start their own thing?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
I think platforms like Handy could do more to help those aspiring entrepreneurs.
Oh, God, like how?
Imagine, like, built-in tools to track finances, create marketing stuff, even connect with investors.
Oh, wow. That would be amazing.
It'd be like a, Handy incubator.
Yeah.
For businesses.
I love it. And it all kind of ties back to this like bigger conversation, the future of work. Are we all going to be like freelancers and entrepreneurs?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I know. It's hard to say.
But it feels like things are changing.
Yeah, the lines are getting blurry.
It's exciting and a little scary, to be honest.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
But it's cool to be a part of it.
Definitely. It's going to be all about adapting to these new ways of working.
And this guide, it gives us the tools to do that. Right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. All that stuff about professionalism, communication, efficiency.
Those are the building blocks.
Yep. No matter what the future holds.
Okay, so as we wrap things up here, what's like the one big takeaway you want our listeners to remember?
Don't underestimate yourself. Like all that stuff you're learning on Handy, all those skills you're building.
Yeah.
That's valuable. It's shaping you as an entrepreneur, as a problem solver, as a person.
So don't downplay those experiences.
Right. Even the tough ones. They're making you stronger.
I love that. It's like fuel for our growth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So go out there, put in the work, and build a career you love. One that pays the bills and feeds your soul.
And remember, you're not alone. There's a whole community out there ready to help you along the way. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Handy.